Hello and welcome to UCS 200. I am Maggie Place and I'll be your instructor for this semester. I am the Director of Special Programs, Outreach and Development here at Widener for our School of Education, Hospitality, and Continuing Studies. That's a mouthful. I also do teach typically 1 to 2 courses per semester, and I am completing my dissertation here in the Doctorate of Higher Education program at Widener. I should be graduating in May, so that's very exciting for me. Even though I am involved in all of those things and working on the side, I do make time to give back to my community, and I think it's a very important and transformative experience. In the past, I've served on committees and boards in my community. I've done community activities like cleanups and helping with 5Ks and things like that. I've been an event planner and a fundraiser for different committees. And most recently in Philadelphia, I have become engaged with the Spruce Foundation, which is a volunteer foundation that gives grants to new organizations or growing organizations in the city of Philadelphia. So that's been really fun and interesting. I'm here today to show you how to find your way around the course. If you look at your timeline here, you may not be able to see all of these weeks until I release them to you, but here is our basic structure for the course. And you can find your syllabus in 2 different places. So the first is in the first week's timeline. Some of this might change as well. You want to click on the syllabus and that would open it. I already have it open, so we'll go to that in a moment. You can also get to it through materials. And so none of these are visible to you at this time, but you can get into your syllabus when that's open. In the syllabus, you should read all of these preceding sections that I'm going through right here. But the most important part is our assignments and graded activities. So the most important thing, I think, is the civic engagement service, and that's going to be the focus for this semester. You will complete 16 hours at least of community service, and we're going to talk about all the different ways we can define that service. You might already be engaged in some organizations in your community. Maybe you need to identify a place to do some service, and we'll talk about all of those things. The class participation is very significant. Since this is an online course, attending the class will be considered participating in the online discussion forums, and that's how we'll move our conversations further. You will have reflection papers due beginning in February, I believe. And then we will also have a community leader interview paper. So let me just briefly show you those. Please review the criteria here for how you earn your points for the discussion forums. The first reflection paper is due, I'm very sorry, on Super Bowl Sunday, so maybe get a jump on that. And then they are in 2-week increments beyond that. I'll go over the reflection papers in more detail in my instruction throughout the semesters. Here is also an indication of where those points are coming from and what I'm looking for. The community leader interview is not due until March 26th, but I encourage you to at least start thinking about this early, who you'd like to interview, when you might be able to get an interview with them. I will not accept any email interviews. So, for example, if you had a list of questions and you emailed them or sent them to the person and then they responded, that does not count as an interview. It must either be a phone or an in-person interview, and I will give you more information about how to demonstrate that as well. And then finally, your service portfolio includes both your hour logs. I have them at 2 different points in the semester so that you have the ability to start them early. The first log is due on the 13th, and I'm asking that there are 8 hours completed by that time, and then the remaining 8 can be completed by April. They also should be done early so that you have enough time to write your reflection paper. The content of that paper and reflection is in this rubric here. And so we want to know not only what is the organization and how did you choose it, but also what was your experience. Who did you meet? What did you learn from the experience, etc. And then finally, I have a course schedule here. Please look it over, and I occasionally put the wrong date in the wrong place. So if you're confused or you're not sure about when something is due, please let me know. I may have made an error. But this can guide you through our semester, and we are actually done the first week of May, so you'll have some time to enjoy the nice weather, hopefully. If you have any questions about the syllabus, please contact me. Otherwise, please start by participating in our introduction forum, and welcome to the class.